Alright. Hello, Pepper. This is me, James, Jazlo, Mecha Monkey, whatever you want to call me. We are going to be looking at your Mercy and Ana gameplay, which is something. It is definitely something. Alright. First of all, I'm just going to say some general things I've noticed about your Mercy gameplay. You are panicky. You don't look around. You tunnel vision. You do not know who to pocket. Um, and you don't know when a fight is over. Those are some of the big things. And throughout this replay, I will try to point those out as much as possible. I'll try not to take too long with each thing because, I mean, it's probably gonna take a long time to go through. But here we go, and then we'll talk about your Ana gameplay when it comes up. So, right away, you should probably not be AFK. That's never a good sign, but you want to be damage boosting your Ashe. Widow's fine to damage boost. I know you're not going to, but she's also fine, but Ashe is probably the better person to damage boost. She does 180 damage when damage boosted per headshot. And as you'll see later, this soldier right here, he's going to come all the way around here for a flank, and then Ashe is actually going to headshot him, but you weren't damage boosting him. And he does end up dying eventually, but it would have been a lot faster and easier and more assured if Ashe was getting damage boosted. And stuff like that you're not going to notice unless you're actually damage boosting your DPS, because a lot of time you're damage boosting your tank, which is nothing. You don't get anything from that. A lot of kills could have probably happened if you just damage boosted one of your two DPS, which, lucky for you as Mercy, they were both hit scanned the whole game, which is like heaven for you, but you never took advantage of that the whole game. But we will see that. Alright, so the game starts off and you immediately get panicked in like the first 10 seconds because your tank right here, he goes to like half like right away. So you immediately go heal him, which is okay. You can do that, I get it. But I want you to notice that your BAP also notices this. And he's going to come walk on over any second now and start healing. The second you see these splashes of healing from BAP, you need to stop healing because you don't need to anymore. BAP does so much healing. You do so little. It doesn't matter. Plus, at this point, he's full. So at this point, you need to be gardening, angeling, Jesus Christ, back up here to help control the high ground and, you know, give one of your DPS the pocket. Not BAP. You pocket BAP a lot this game. Don't know why. I mean, it's okay when there's no other option, but you had two other options a lot of the time. So you need to be jumping back up and damage boosting one of them, not the tank, which after getting panicked, I think you just forget to stop pocketing the tank and you just pocket him for the rest of like this round, which is not good. So let's see. Yeah, now you're damage boosting tank, which damage boosting tanks do nothing. Like, I want you to see how little this is going to be doing. Like when you could be damage boosting the Ashe. Like 5 seconds and he's hit 3 shots. Like this is not anything. Alright, now he's hit. Okay, he's did about 10 damage to the soldier. Like yeah, this damage boosting the tank here. It doesn't even matter if it's like a gold or a plat tank. Even Grandmaster, it's like, no, you just don't do that. Because you're gonna get so much more value damage boosting one of them. Like he hit 10 shots. All of that time could have been used with one of them, and then you get like a kill by now probably. It's possible at least. Alright, so you're just gonna go like this. Eventually, let me see here. Yeah. So you'll notice that you're both pocketing the tank. Who's pocketing the DPS? Because they're both low. Not low, but they're about to be half. And you'll notice that they have to rely on the DPS passive or DPS like healing thing to actually heal up, because neither you or BAP tends to heal them. So, because you're both so focused on the tank. And it's not really because he's Maga. BAP can handle Maga just fine. And sometimes you'll be justified in pocketing him, but most of the time, you gotta be with the DPS. And the reason Maga takes so much damage this game is because the DPS are doing very little damage, because one, they're taking a lot of fire because they have a mercy pocket themselves. Where's their mercy? She's over here. She pockets their DPS a lot, so they're getting out DPS'd quite heavily. So it's hard for them to do much, and then that puts a lot more pressure on Maga, causing him, even right now, just to already fall back. Which this Sigma, you can see already, he's about to go take advantage of that. He's going to come all the way up here with 3 others, clear this entire high ground, and that's basically fight over in like the first minute. You'll see. Here he comes. He's going to rock that Widowmaker, and then it's over. Now, this is like, fight's over at this point, because let me show you something. We're already going so slow, but there's just a lot to talk about. Once they take this high ground, you should treat this high ground as like a second point for you. Like these are our 2 points, and you need this high ground. Because once they take this high ground, look how much space they now control. They control all of this, not that, all of this space, I'd say. And then all that also. So everything shaded, they now own. And that leaves you guys with just this. That's all you have left at this point. You're going to see this tank is going to prove my point. He's going to go all the way like over here or something and immediately die because he's in their space now because they own the high ground. Once they take that high ground, you really lose a lot of control over the map. And you're going to see that soon. So it's really bad. So there's a high ground. And the reason you lost the high ground is because you were pocketing the tank and your DPS immediately got ran over because they didn't have any support up there. All right, let's go back to you. Wait, why am I not on you? What's happening? All right, there we go. All right, you got to get on your DPS. All right, good. Yeah, see, your tank's all the way over there. He immediately dies because he's in the space. That's a mistake on his part, but also, you know, got to try to take up space. This is fine. Just keep on Ashe, but eventually you let go, I think. Also, I just want to point out, I saw this on my screen, but I don't think you just saw it. Actually, in fact, I'm going to show you on your screen about how much things you miss out on because you're not paying attention or you're tunnel focus, tunnel vision. Where is it? All right, it's a bit earlier. I'm going to go right here. You should be paying attention, like, where's Widow? Widow's right there, right? Now watch this. You're going to see on your screen a big critical hit. Boom, you see that? I know that was quick. I know. But I was able to notice it instantly. And that's like what separates masters from like a lower level. It's like seeing those things like instantly and knowing to me like, okay, she's like about to die. I need to either go, you have to make the decision if it's worth helping her or not. I mean, against the Junkrat, it's like, oh boy, that's kind of tough. But I mean, you got to make that decision. And I don't think you really made that decision because I don't think you actually saw it. And I think a big thing that could help you is if like while you're flying, you just look. Just spin around because I mean you're able to, right? You don't need to be looking at somebody to like, yeah, you don't need to be looking at anybody to be on your beam. So just spin. It'll help you a lot. Be a scout. All right. So tank's dead. Now you're just trying to survive and hold. At this point I would have probably reset, but I can live with this. Trying your best to hold it. Alright, this is where this was pretty outrageous. If you thought the Widow thing, letting her die, was like a little bit like, oh, okay, James, it was like hard to see. This is like inexcusable. I mean, already you can see the hit, you can see the big critical sign on BAP, and you're gonna see it for like 10 minutes. Like, that was like 3 seconds of critical on BAP, and you just watched him die to the Pharaoh. He didn't even try. He didn't even. That was rough to see. All right, well, Mog's back, so that's good. Still very, very losable. You also let your other DPS die, so that's not good. But all right, now you're gonna do something that I think is crazy. You're gonna go for the res. Was this smart? No, this was really dumb. I'm sorry, but it was not smart. Does it work? Yes, for some reason it works. You get the res off, then you guys flip the point, and you hold it for a bit longer. Sometimes stupid things in low elos work out, not because it was smart, but because the enemy's dumber. And I'm going to point that out because this Mercy and this Life Weaver completely abandoned their tank when you revive your Maga. The Life Weaver goes to help your Junkrat kill this soldier, and the Mercy tries to ego duel you. She just starts glocking you and ignores your the Sigma, and the Sigma just dies because no one's healing him. And that's why you flip the point. It's not because you went and rezzed him. I mean, technically, yes. But the main thing is... Why is this still here? Ugh. The main thing is the enemy team was dumber. And that made you win the point. And as you go up in ranks, the enemy team is going to do a lot less dumb things. So stuff like this isn't going to work, and you're just going to end up staggering your Maga instead of having this epic retake. If I were you, I would be dead right now. I would just either Guardian Angel, float away, or just die. Because this would, in any just world, would be a giant stagger. But it's not. So we're going to see that. And I'm going to show you how they're... Here goes Life Weaver, completely ignoring. Whiffed that. And then here's the Mercy just clocking you, completely ignoring their Sigma. You escaped somehow. That's pretty crazy that you didn't dive to that. Let me go back to you. Oh, jeez. I'm losing it. Wait, what? Okay, jeez. Holy fuck. Okay. This will replay viewer, man. Alright, where are you? Okay. Okay, so you pop 2 ults. It works out. And you retake. I guess, yay, but... I mean, I hope you recognize that that was not a good idea and that it will not work the higher rank you go. So maybe don't do that if you want to rank up. Just learn when a fight is over, because realistically that fight was over, even though it technically worked. Alright, so you win this. Let me just skip ahead a bit. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, you're back on the high ground. Good, yeah. So you're with Cassidy, that's great. But then you drop back down to Soldier, who's got healing pad out in full health. Soldier actually does end up dying, but that's not really on you. It's because Soldier didn't recognize when he should have fallen back, like back here. Instead, he just stays like right around that corner, and he dies because of it. You should have stayed with your Cassidy. This, again, treat this like a second point. You want this high ground bad. And because you don't help this Cassidy, this Pharah who's about to come over here doesn't die. He was shooting at the Pharah. He hit like 2 body shots, I think. She was pretty... I think you could have gotten her pretty low if you stayed with him. And plus, he would have had a lot more confidence, and he wouldn't have rolled off the top back down to the low ground. So you lost this high ground because you ditched your Cassidy to help your Soldier who didn't need your help at this moment. And even when he did need your help, there was nothing you could really do. Your Maga, I can't remember what your Maga does, but I'm pretty sure he makes a mistake too. Alright, I'm going to show you Cassidy's POV so you can see that, like, if you stuck with him, like, good stuff could have happened. Watch. Boom. He kills Junkrat, but then he gets scared and he drops down. If you were with him, chances are he wouldn't have dropped down. And even more importantly, he would have stopped this res that's about to happen. He would have shut this down completely. Now, Junkrat's going to be back. They have the high ground. Soldier dies. You revive him, which is fine. But now, we're back at, like, uh-oh, they have everything again. So, yeah. Here we are. Okay. This was fucking insane, what you did here. Sorry for the language, Pepper. Let me show you poor Cassidy's perspective, okay? So he comes down here, he's running, then Pharah's gonna come on over and duel him, which I was gonna say is dumb with Pharah, because, like, you know, he's Cassidy. Cassidy beats Pharah, especially with a pocket. Pharah has a pocket, a mercy pocket in this fight, but you do too. 9 times out of 10, you will win this fight. But instead, you ditch Cassidy when he's at 90 health to go heal, and I'm not joking, a full health Maga. If you don't believe me, just watch. I'm actually going to take third person so you can see it even better. But you genuinely ditch him at 90 health to go heal a full Maga, and I couldn't even, it was insane. So look, he would win. She was at 1 health, but you ditch him, and you're healing a full health Maga. Oh my god. And then you die. Like, if you don't ditch your DPS, you're gonna win a lot more fights because, you know, the enemy team will die. And you need to be able to trust your BAP to be able to heal your Maga, because he can heal the Maga. You just gotta trust him. Alright, so you lose this. Yeah, there's no flip this time. It's over. And that guy staggers. So let's just skip ahead a bit. Boop, boop. I'm gonna go to you. You and BAP. This is another thing. Alright, you and BAP take the high ground, which is fine, but the second I see this tank, I'd probably just drop down. It's fine to try to hold him with BAP. I know it's not really showing it, but a second ago you guys were both up here, just like pew 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 pew. She comes here, I drop down. Come back to my team. I don't want to fight a charged Zarya, especially with their team behind her. Okay, this was a mistake, and I think this is just you not paying attention to who's on your team. Who can save you right now from this tire? There's one character who has a special ability where nothing can kill you. It's BAP. BAP can save you. You'll notice that he places down Immortality Field. Not for you, but for himself. If you just stick with BAP, you don't die here. But instead, you ditch him and go hide behind the stairs, thinking he won't find you, and you die. He saw the Immortality Field. It was fine. And now they're down to support. So that's not a good way to start the fight. And you can see that already Cass is just dead. And this whole fight is just already over before it started. Okay, and then let's see here. BAP does a mistake. He gets tunnel vision on killing people, and your Maga is not having a very good time. Let me see if I can get his face in there. Oh yeah, he does not look happy. Yeah, so Maga dies because your BAP forgot about him, which, you know, happens. People are not going to be very smart. Your team is not smart. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I'm not sorry. I guess that might be a relief to you to know it's not your fault, really, that you lost this completely. But your team was not smart. But neither was the enemy team. The enemy team was also really, really stupid at a lot of times. So, I mean, as long as you're smarter on average than the rest of these players, which is very easy to be, you should be winning your matches. So, yeah, at least you have that. And he dies. It was a good attempt at a save, but now you also die. This entire second point just does not go well. Again, he shouldn't have ulted, but this isn't about him, this is about you, so I won't try to comment too much on their mistakes. Here comes Cass. Alright, let's just open this up. Let's skip ahead a bit. Alright, here you are. Alright, fine, cool. Wait, how did they get pushed back? I actually need to see this. I guess, it's because they forgot to push the point. Case in point about how stupid the enemy team is. This entire, jeez, I keep opening that. Alright, this entire fight, they never pushed the point. So they all had to go back and give up all the space so they can push up the point. That's who you're fighting. That's who you're losing to. They forgot to push. Ugh. And then there goes Cass. And the reason he dies, I hope you notice, is because what are you doing? Okay, you res them. That's cool. Now you're chilling with the Maga. You're damage boosting the Maga instead of pocketing your Cass, and then they die. And you're still on the Maga. He's full health. And you're like, your backline's getting murdered, and you're still with the Maga. Alright, now you head back because you're like, oh shit, this is not good. Your Maga now dies because now he's ditched because you. And I think a big thing is that you keep giving this Maga false confidence. You'll be pocketing him and be with him. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I won't die. And then, like, once he starts his engagement, you're like, okay, well, time to leave. And you'll just ditch him. It happens a couple times. And I kind of feel bad for him sometimes. But it happens. He fed a couple times. Not your fault. Everyone here kind of fed. All right. This entire point was just awful. Also, no one ever stops this Mercy from resing. She gets away with every single res. All right, that's big. You're still in, there you go. All right. Okay, so you notice something wrong. You're not noticing a big fucking critical. I bet it's on your screen right now. Yup, there's the big critical. Let's see how long it was on your screen. All right, cool. All right, Good job helping Cass. And there's critical 1, 2. It was like 3 seconds of critical. You really should have been able to get him. Also, this is another insane thing you just did. Why are you two ulting here? You and Bap. You both ult once the cart reaches. Like, this is probably one of the most crazy points in the replay because you both ult once they all reach the point. Do you know where the respawn is? It's ahead of you. They spawn. Soldier's already in front of you guys, and he just spawned. Why ult this? Like, there's no point. They spawn in front of you, and what's crazier is you guys chase them all the way into here, in fact. Somehow you guys make it out alive, but like, genuinely, you would have had the same impact if you guys just died. Like, these ults have the same impact as dying because after all of this fight, they move the card about the same amount as they would have if you all died, and you end up here anyways. So these ults have the same impact as dying currently, which is not what you want. You don't want your ults to be just as good as dying. So yeah, you guys ult for mysterious reasons. Not sure if you thought the cart wasn't there yet or whatever, but alright. They ult, which is also dumb, but not nearly as bad as you guys, because you guys use support ults. Then, yeah, you see, you guys just follow them all the way to spawn. Your DPS are back here, fighting for their lives against this horde of zombies coming at them. And well, I think one of them even dies, which is not good. They killed the Genji, but it doesn't matter. He respawns like 3 minutes away. Or not 3 minutes, but like 3 feet away. He tries to hide in his corner. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, you notice how pointless all this was? These two ults stalled the cart for like 15 seconds. Like 15 seconds worth of stall for 2 support ults? No, that's not good. That's pretty bad. And it made you use your res, so you're down res, which is also not good. Where's Bap? Bap's over here, so I'll keep that in mind. All right, so just pointing out, still pocketing the Maga. Like, he was down a little bit of health, but like, come on, it's Maga. He's fine. Pocket this guy. He's shooting at people right now, and he's Soldier. He's like one of the best people to pocket. Cass and Soldier are like top tier pocket people, but you choose Maga instead, which is like bananas. All right, so now you're on. Well, I don't even want to count as a pocket because you didn't damage boost him. You just healed him when he was full health, but it's whatever. Alright, you're on Maga. Still damage boosting. Alright, he ults. It's fine. I think he kills her, hopefully? Yeah, okay, good. Again, I want you to notice. Okay, I want you to notice something. Look at how little healing you do, and then once Bap gets here and starts healing, that's when he gets the full. Like, watch this. Now he's healing him. Like, notice how much healing he does, and despite all your healing you did for like that last like minute, basically, like, you had no effect. You can trust Bap to keep him alive. You don't do anything. Every time you put your beam on Maga, you're wasting your time. You are genuinely doing nothing every time you do that. And I count that as throwing, because every time you have your beam on Maga, you don't have your beam on one of your DPS. And every time you don't have your beam on your DPS, their enemy Mercy is going to have their beam on their DPS, and they're going to win the duel every single time, which they do every single time, pretty much. Alright, this is fine. You're allowed to heal in there, because it's a little scary. They overextend. I think they make it out fine, which is crazy. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to your POV real quick. Alright. This is fine. I'm probably on the right side so you don't get separated, but this is okay. Alright, this is all good. Alright, now damage boost the Soldier, which you do, just a little bit late. It's all good. Yeah, this is fine. I think, okay. One thing is, you keep unnecessarily going, wee, like jumping back and forth. Why? Why are you doing that? You're going to die. I'm going to move this because I keep accidentally touching it. I'm going to move it up here. You keep doing that. You keep jumping back and forth. You're going to get headshot eventually. Eventually, this Hanzo's going to be like, oh, there's a Mercy in front of me. I'm just going to headshot her and kill her. because you keep going wee for no reason. You know where you stand as a Mercy? You stand right here. You just stand right here, put blue beam on your soldier, and you just stand here. You don't move. You're fine. If you feel like if they're starting to come, maybe do a little bit of this. But what you don't do is just like wee. That's how you get killed. All right, so pocketing Maga. He tries to save him with more or Matrix. It was a good try. Didn't work. Your Cass got a sneaky thing, but I think it didn't even matter. They still win this fight, so tough. You guys are falling back. That's good. Cass is trying his best, but dies, and he gets sticky. Your tank switches to Ryan, which is pretty smart. I like that, but it doesn't really help that much. Where are we at? 820. Oh my god. All right, in 30 seconds, this is going to become like a fucking circus. I don't even know what's going on in 30 seconds. Like, this is not a normal fight. This is not how people should be. Also, again, even even though he switched to Rhine, you still pocket the Rhine. Like, you still damage the boost the Rhine over your other DPS, which is even sillier. Just want to point that out. Of course, right now, like, he's about to die. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. You can pocket him. Because your BAP doesn't really have an angle. You do, so it's understandable. I think he still dies, but it's like, yeah, what are you going to do? That's not Ryan's fault for doing that. He's about to die anyways. Although, to be fair to you guys, he did just, like, giga charge that Zarya. Like, they are bright fucking red. So that probably wasn't actually that good. But doesn't matter. Fight's lost. You guys are dying. At this point, once Tank dies, you need to make a decision in your head. When Tank dies, you have to be like, okay, what's the number advantage? Is there any chance of us winning? If you guys are down on numbers and there's a small chance of winning, just die. Like, there's no point in drawing it out. Like, right now it's only bapping you, and then here comes Cass and Genji. Genji's about to die, so he's not going to be in the fight. Cass is going to come poke probably a little bit, but, like, this is not a winning fight. I mean, like, look at this. They got a fully charged Zarya. Here comes Genji flanking. Like, both supports. This is not a winning fight, and you guys are almost both dead. Like, this is just wasting time at this point. Oh, and they got the res. You get out, which is cool. Bap does not get out. He just kind of chills back there. Here comes Genji. Genji fucks up his blade, which is lucky for you guys. It's just kind of chilling. Alright, this is where it gets crazy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That was... Okay. This fight is so fucking goofy. So, I think they did like the combo backwards. Hanzo ults first, then Zarya, which never happens. I don't even know who Zarya was trying to grab. I guess the tank? Which is quite the choice. Out of anybody, you choose Reinhardt to grab. Who has a giant shield, and she misses. Oh, she misses on the cart. No, so both those ults meant nothing. So you guys are. This is like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, oh my god, we're gonna win because they just lost two. They lost both their win conditions. What other ults do they have? All right, all they have left right now is Valk, and you're Valking. So yeah, this is like you guys should be winning this pretty much. Of course, your Ryan is literally fighting demons. I guess Moira is in there, or at least was, maybe. But, yeah. Ryan should be back here. You should be back here. Everyone should be playing this choke. Not in there. That's a fault on Ryan. Not really you. But, again, like, blue beaming Ryan. Don't think so, man. I think probably one of these guys would have been better. But I guess trying to keep him alive, I get it. Alright. Cass is going to die because you were too little, too late to help him. Then your team falls apart. You get clocked. Yeah, it just falls apart after this. Yeah. If you were still alive, you actually could have won this maybe. Especially if your TPS had any help with damage, but unfortunately not. You'll notice that while this Mercy was really stupid, you were smarter than this Mercy, I'll give you that. You had better movement, you seemed more of her like a living person than her, but she actually damage boosted their DPS, and that's like probably the main reason they won, because their DPS actually had that extra damage, and that really put a lot of fucking pressure on your tank and a lot of pressure on your DPS. and a lot of pressure on your BAP. So nobody could do anything because they kept getting poked out because of this Mercy. And she's not smart. She did a lot of dumb things. And I watched her POV. She moves very unintelligently. You're smarter than her. But you can be really stupid, but as long as you have a blue beam on somebody, it doesn't matter. And I hope you get that. All right, so this fight's lost. You're not winning this no matter what. You don't even get to touch. He kind of just pokes instead of going to point. It happens, whatever. All right, that's the first round. Whew, yeah, so not great. Second round, you decide to go Ana. Let's see here. Boop. You go Ana, and then your tank goes. Let me think. What was it? I think it was Sigma, maybe? Or no, I think it was actually Maga again. Yeah, I think it goes Maga. And this Sombra gets punched off the map immediately. So that's funny. Yeah, that was unlucky, but yeah. So, time to give the overview of your Ana gameplay. So, you are not as good at Ana as you are at Mercy. You waste pretty much all of your sleeps. You waste 50% of your nades. You get some good nades, but majority of them are either panic nades on yourself or nades that make me question like why you did that. Like you'll nade like a completely 100% health Maga, and it's like, why did you do that? You seem a lot more panicked on Ana. I don't think you really know what you're doing on Ana, so you're like just running around, following your tank. Like the entire game, you're about this close to your tank. You're basically inside of him in a non-creepy way. Maybe a little creepy, but you're like inside him basically, just following him super close. You have a sniper. You know that, right? Like you can be like this far away and you won't have any healing fall off. Like you can be out of the fight and still have a presence. So it's like, I don't know why you feel the need to have your gun up his butthole, but you do. Which, I mean, you go, girl. All right, now let's just skip ahead a bit. All right, gets punched off. Oh, that's so funny. All right, here we go. Here goes Maga. I'm gonna go to your POV real quick. One sec. Pepper. All right, already. I'm gonna point something out. You used nade. Let's see if nade was needed. Okay. You're a bit of an asshole for that, Pepper. You're just staring at her. You're a little bit of a dick for that, but whatever. You're sassy. All right, here comes Maga. I know that healed him a tiny bit, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see how much damage he had. He had about this much damage done to him at that point. Does that warrant your most powerful ability on a 12-second cooldown? That much damage? I don't think so. I think you could probably hold on to this for maybe a little bit longer. You're definitely going to want to, as you'll see. He almost dies and he didn't have nade. He should have died, but he didn't because, I mean, they can't aim. So, but, like, that doesn't seem like very much good value with your nade. All right, let's see here. You're going to see in just a second. He's going to get really low. He hides. This isn't what I'm talking about. Oh, that was close. That was a okay attempt at a sleep. I guess I personally probably would have held on to it, but I understand it. Both your DPS go to fight this guy, and also I'm pretty sure oh yeah, the Hanzo comes around here to help Doom, and he kills both of your DPS because I think both your supports stay here and don't help them. Which, to be fair, Maga kind of needed it. So it's just kind of an unfortunate situation. But don't you wish you had fucking nade right now? Like, before, it was this. Now it's this. This is nade worthy. You want to nade this, but you don't have it because it's on a 2-second left more cooldown. 2 seconds, he's dead. He's not alive, but luckily, he somehow survives, even though he's still in the line of sight, like, for another second, which I don't get, but he lived somehow. So lucky you. But don't you wish you had nade? You would have nade if you didn't waste it earlier. And if these guys didn't aim so bad, he would be dead. So just think about that. Alright. So you guys go. Oh my god. Pepper. Pepper, please. Who are you even trying to hit? I guess you're trying to hit them, but it's like, you hit Sombra, but it's like, did you need to? Really? I don't know. I guess that's up to debate, but I mean, nice accuracy. Hit the wall. Work on your accuracy when throwing those nades. I mean, you do hit some really good nades later. Like you needed their tank a couple times. Some of those times were like really pointless, but in other times it actually forced them back a couple times, which was pretty good. So good on you for that. All right. So this is a bit silly of your team, not really your fault. I keep pausing. This is gonna take forever, but I keep finding things I want to talk about. Half your team goes this way, the other half of your team goes this way. You now have to make a decision. Do you go help your... Oh my gosh, he's so fucking dead. Do you go help your Iliari, or do you go help your Maga? You made the right decision, I guess, to help your Maga, but your Maga definitely shouldn't have went in. He goes into like a 1v5. Craziest thing is, I think he wins. I'm pretty sure he wins the 1v5, because I think you get nano, and you nano him. And again, this is like a case of like a stupid play works because the enemy team's stupider. But whatever. So here he goes. Oh, this... Okay, you gotta make up your mind. You can't be like, do I go that way? Do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I go this way? You gotta make up your mind. Okay, this isn't the time that he wins the 1v5, but he does later. Here's something I want to mention. Positioning. Which way do you think is the smarter way to go? Is it this way, where there's 1, 2, 3 people about to kill you and soon to be Sombra? Or this way, where there's 0 people about to kill you? And you have all this cover options. You could be behind here, or playing here, or over here, or even if you want to be close to Maga, here or here. Instead, what you choose, which I genuinely cannot understand why, is to go right here. And you get instantly killed by their Sombra. Like instantly killed. Like you'll see. So here you go. All the way around. And then you just die. So, you know, another thing, the biggest problem with your Ana is your positioning. You do not play her like a sniper. You play her like Mercy. You're right next to the person. You're always like directly next to the person you want to heal. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be like back here healing, chucking a nade. Like, you know, it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't have to be this close. Like, you got to scope. Just like scope in. You don't have to like free aim everything. Like, take your time, hit your shots, you know? So definitely position around cover where you're not going to be in direct fire. I mean, you're a little old lady. You can't take that. Your team goes in, which is not the best. All right, now they should die, but I don't think they do. I think they keep fighting for some reason. So yeah, they fight, stagger, stagger, stagger. By the time they all die, you guys get back here, which is like just goes to show how bad staggering is. Because by the time you guys are ready for another fight, they're like still waiting to respawn. See, like you guys are back here, but they're still at spawn. So never stagger. That's why it's so bad. One sec. This is the... All right. So you're back on. You're doing your thing. Pepper. All right, he goes in. This is your Sombra. Forgot her name for a second. Your Sombra fucking feeds, which happens. That's a fine aid. I like it. Sure. It's all good. This was just unlucky, and well, okay. One part of this is out of your control. The other part is it was unlucky that you wasted your sleep, and then the second you use sleep, this Moira decided to ult. Obviously, it would have been better to sleep the ulting Moira than the Doom, who, I mean, got like what 50, maybe 100 damage off of him because of that sleep. But like obviously it happened like that, so it's like not even your fault really. What is your fault? I wonder. I'm gonna see if you do your like little ant dance. I'm gonna see if you ant around. You start panicking really hard and just start. You don't even shoot. You just start running all around. You haven't shot a bullet for the last 5 seconds. You've just been running. Both your support, your support and DPS died. Your support was working really hard to keep you up, but you just kept running around randomly because you panicked super hard. Your Maga, first of all, that was a terrible nano. Bad nano. Everyone's dead. You choose to chuck nano at your guy. He goes in. I think he luckily stomps on the Moira, but I think even without nano he would have killed her doing that. Then he wins a 1v like 4, which is insanity. And it's not because you made a good play nanoing him. It's because the enemy team was dumb and couldn't deal with it, which will not happen at higher ranks. They will murder him immediately without any supports. So, I mean, lucky you, but also unlucky because you might feel like that was a good idea, which it was not a good idea. All right, now you die. Yeah. Let's go watch this Maga do this. I mean, fair to him. It's pretty A-okay all chasing. Yeah, so he wins the fight. I think he gets another kill. Maybe. At least he stalls for the team and they all get back, so that's pretty good. Except you're all the way back there, but it doesn't matter. So your team somehow gets the point, and then the enemy team does something even stupider. They start ulting to try to hold it when they trickle in, like Doom ults and then Sombra ults, and they all take these like 1v5s, which is good for you guys, but like you guys pretty much do the same thing. So, I mean, like, womp womp. Yeah, so you guys win this because who knows why. That was a good Suzu. Alright, let's go back to you. Oh my god. This is when you go like full ant mode. This is when you go like complete panic. So I think the fight starts. When's it gonna happen? Alright, and now just watch how you like start just running around and like just random squiggles around your Maga and just pull. Just completely panicked. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're just running. You're just running. You're just doing a triathlon. You're just going, whoa, 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 whoa. Why not just stand here? Like, that's probably a better idea, wouldn't you think? Like, let's go over there and see how this fight would have been different, like gone a little bit differently if we were to be standing there. So I'm gonna go over there. Hanzo's up there, so it's like, I mean, I don't think anybody really knew he was up there. I don't think he really got anything. Let's just pretend he's not up there because I don't know why he's up there. So let's say you were here. Just ignore that the Hanzo's up there because it kind of proves my point. You know what? Like, you can go here or even in here, and the Hanzo's not a problem. So let's just say that you're right here. So Hanzo's not a problem in this situation. So you're chilling here. Let's start the fight. I can see 1, 2, 3. Like, if you just like move around, you can see all your teammates, right? And you're not needing to like ant around in random directions because like you can see all your teammates from afar right now. Like, you might have to move a little bit, but you're safe. And as long as your Maga moves a little bit to the left, which I mean, I think he probably would if you weren't right here. Look how close you are. You have a sniper. Snipe. You're a sniper. Like, you don't have to be quick scoping him. But yeah, just like you had so many options for better positioning. Like, right here would be perfect. The only reason I didn't say here is because eventually Hanzo goes over there. He died right now, so now is like when you want to go over here because it's safe. But like here would be perfect. Like, you can see literally everything. And who's gonna kill you here? The Sombra? No, she's too busy. Like, nobody can kill you if you're just away. But instead, you're like, yeah, you're in Blitz Creek right now. You're like, you're having to fight. You're fighting for your life, and it's all you're doing. Like, just move. All right, I think you get the point. So they just trickle in. You win this point. All right, let's skip ahead a bit. Oh yeah, this is funny. You guys are such bots. You just stand on guard. No one moves ahead. You just all just sit on cart. Oh, she found Sombra. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, everyone just sits on cart. So funny. Okay. This is fine. Okay. Let me go back to your POV so I can see what you're doing. Oh yeah. So, a little tip. I get it. You got virus, scary, spooky, blah, blah, blah. Maybe wait a second before using your most important cooldown. Like, you took, realistically, you have your support with you. And also, you took like 50 band damage. It's like, I don't think you need to use your 12-second cooldown nade for something so small, right? Like, I don't think that's necessary. But that's... No, it's not really a small thing. It's a pretty important thing. But whatever. So, your Kiri goes beats up this dude, which is pretty cool of her. I'm actually going to watch this. Fuck you, I'm going to watch this. You can do it. That was so epic. Okay. We're back to you. Alright, let me see if that was good. I kind of missed your entire... I kind of forgot about you. Alright, Pepper. This is fine. You know, it's healing the team. Yeah, I guess sitting on cart's good. Because you kind of got to push it. But whatever. So... I'm conflicted. When I first saw this, I was like, why don't you ult? But then there's already 2 ults. I guess it's fine not to ult. If your soldier didn't ult, I would have immediately ulted Maga here. And then you guys win. But, you know, 2 ults, so it doesn't matter. So, good thing you didn't ult, but... Meow, meow. Let's see this. He comes after you. You... Look at this. Like, okay. I hope you can recognize, just watching this, like, how many times you waste your most important cooldown. Like, nade is, like, huge cooldown. Like, that's like a win fight, like a fight winner. Like, every 12 seconds. If you use it correctly. But you use it... You took about 70 damage, and you used it. You don't need to. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people with you versus 1 diva. I don't think you're gonna die. I think you just gotta practice like being aware of like what's happening. You're not gonna die from this girl. You have your support with you anyways. Even if it was just you, you'd still probably not die. All right, here's Mercy. So yeah, probably don't waste your nades like that. That's a bad idea. Let me go back to you. It's fine. I mean, didn't really need to try sleeper, but it doesn't matter. You'll have your cooldown for the next fight. Alright, now I just want to point something out. You don't use your nano until you're all the way over here. And the only reason you use it is because it's overtime and someone has to touch. And your reasoning for that was because you couldn't find anybody to nano because they were all a bunch of dummies, according to you. I'm going to point out many times where a nano would have won the fight. Many times where a nano would have saved somebody. Many times where holding onto the nano was probably not the best idea. So we're going to see. Alright. So, again, everyone's just sitting on cart. Why? Okay. Why are you guys doing this? Why are you all on cart, just sitting here? What is this doing? Why not move... Oh, I don't know. Here. Take the space. I know it's not your choice. This is more of me just ranting about low-level players, but, like... What are you guys doing? Oh my god. Okay. So we're just sitting on cart. Whatever. It is what it is. You... Okay. This is where you being sassy is uncalled for. You stopped and stared at her. You had plenty of time to scope in and shoot her. You could have saved her right there. It's your fault she died. Both you and Kiriko. Have better reaction time, dude. Maybe don't sit there like, oh, I can't believe she just did that. How about, if I was Sombra, I'd just stare at you and be like, I can't believe you just looked at me die. You have to, it's not, it's like, oh, you don't have much time, but it's like, how much time does it take to press right click and then left click? That's like 0.2 seconds. You can do it. I mean, I would have reacted that fast personally, but that's just me. No big deal. All right, whatever. Unfortunate. So you guys, I'm pretty sure, get held here for a while because every time your guy goes in, he gets melted and just dies, which is unfortunate. I'm actually going to go to the third person. I like having more of advantage. Alright, let's watch. So, also, this Hanzo is really fucking good with Dragon. Like, a lot of people think Dragon, you want to just, like, throw it at people. This is how you use Dragon. Notice how he's completely separated from you guys now. That's, like, optimal Dragon usage. You rarely get kills with Dragon. It's more zoning. Because now he's completely zoned from you guys. I think he lives barely. And, by the way, this is time number 1 where a Nano would have won you this fight. And you're going to see. I'm going to point it out to you. I'm even going to go over here so you can see. So they're going to advance on him, right? He's going to get low. I'm pretty sure he dies because you didn't nano him. But he gets low. Let's say you nano him right now. What happens? Well, he's about 2 inches from this big fat Orisa. Orisa is like a battery to him. With like overdrive, he would never die off Orisa. And Orisa, she's going to eat every bullet. If you nano him, Orisa dies. Soldier might die. Even if no one dies, they get pushed back like all the way over here. Like, there's no way they don't. It's very unlikely they just like stay here. So even if they don't get any kills with it, you guys make space and get past this corner and this choke, which is huge. But instead, you just kind of watch him die, which is not good. Not good. So there's number 1 time you could have nanoed somebody and won a fight. Yeah, he goes. And don't you wish you had your nade right there? What did you use it on? It better have been good, or else I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright. Let's see. You just chucked it! Oh my god. Pepper. Pepper. You just chucked it. It had nothing. You couldn't even see anything. You saw literally nothing, and you just threw like the nade out of faith that it would hit something. It didn't. But it was a good try. Oh, Pepper. Alright, so he dies because you didn't have nade, and you decided you didn't want to nano him. Okay, and this goes on for like 3 more times, where he just walks up, dies, walks up, dies, walks up, dies, which is like, I mean, yeah, you can be like, wow, Maga, way to feed, but it's also like, what do you really want him to do? He's kind of got to take the space, and it's kind of on you and your DPS and your other support to like support him in pushing that area. He could be a little bit smart about it, play these corners a little bit better, but overall, there's not much different you could do. So, yeah. So here he comes. He gets melted again. You're doing fine. You're kind of letting your soldier get beat up. Like, your Kiri's watching him. Like, I guess, okay, sure, your Kiri's got him, sorta. But that, like, he should have died there. So maybe one shot would be good. I think you shoot him now. You're looking at him. But now, it's just a tough situation because now Maga dies. Because you're not looking at him. Yeah. So, yeah, not good, obviously. I think, let me see. I'm gonna say that this was another good opportunity to nano him. Alright, here he comes. Here comes the big fat Maga. We're gonna go over here to get another vantage point. So here comes Maga. He walks over, gets melted, but let's say you nano him. Again, if you nano him, he will most likely, in this fight, push past here, let all of you get in here, separate these two. These two die. These two definitely die. Not even because of him. If he goes this way, these guys are all going to get pushed back this way. If you 3 come in here and clean up this, that's 2 deaths just because of your nano. So that would have been huge if you nanoed him there. Because they'd be completely separated. And it's up to you as a support to recognize these opportunities. Because you can see everything, right? You're all the way in the back line. You see everything happening. Maga doesn't. Your DPS kind of do, but definitely you guys. So it's on you to see these opportunities. So, I mean, like, have faith. Because if you did have a little bit of faith, chances are you'd be, like, far past this point. In fact, you might have another nano at this point. You'd probably be, like, here if you just nanoed him by now. But instead, you hold on to it because you feel like you don't have a good opportunity, which sometimes you're just not going to have the perfect opportunity. You just got to do it, you know? Okay, Pepper, stop. Why did you do that? Who's going to kill them now? Okay, they're anti. Who's gonna kill that Orisa? And what was that sleep for? Okay, there's both your abilities down. Okay, great. Glad you did that. Oh my god. Okay, so now you gotta wait for a tank. Here they come. This is fine. I mean, it's fine as in you can't really do anything. Alright. Here. Stop! Okay, actually, no, that... I guess I was lucky, but also, I don't like that. Because now, yeah, I mean... Save your nades, man! You could have saved your Maga 3 times now if you just didn't waste your nade. Alright, you got him. Nano. 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 Okay. You cannot tell me... I mean, that was unfortunate you guys ult canceled, but you cannot tell me that nanoing him here would have done nothing. You cannot tell me with a straight face that this would have done nothing. He is in her face. Nanoed, she dies. He probably dies. She probably dies. He probably dies. At least they get pushed back. You got to make these moves, Pepper. You got to do something. You're just sitting here holding left click and throwing nades and sleeps at nothing. You got to do something. You can do something. You can, but you're choosing not to. That's the thing. Okay, now we got to wait for the next fight, because, I mean, yeah. And then you get blocked, I remember. Oh my god, this Mercy. This Mercy was so funny. I love her. I'm sorry, but I love her. Alright, here you come. You just ignore your... You just ignore your Hanzo. Not Hanzo, your soldier. You saw him, low health. He's even lower now, and you force him to use his healing pad, which is the most important cooldown. So he's going to be 14 seconds without healing pad, which is big for him. I doubt he gets punished for it, but like, just letting you know, the higher rank you go, the more these mistakes have an actual impact. You don't want these mistakes happening. Alright, this is fine, healing her up. Yeah, whatever. Probably wouldn't have EMP'd there, but I mean, you can't control them. Again, this Hanzo's really good with their dragons, completely zoned. Very good dragons. I cannot believe they're like, man, pretty impressive. Okay. I thought he was about to die. That's crazy. Okay. So, a big nade. That was a good nade. Good hit. You pushed them all the way. Notice how that nade did functionally nothing. Like, technically. Like, she lost like 100 health. The difference between this nade and other nades where you just randomly throw them out is because like there was a risk of them being punished from that, right? You have your whole team. Notice how they went, the second you threw that nade, they went from here to like here. That's like 20 meters just from one nade. You hit nades like that, you're going to see results like that because it's like a threat, right? They're not getting healed, so they have to fall back. That's a lot different than your other nades. So like that's a good nade. So, you know, look for those opportunities where it's like an actual impact that's going to happen if you hit it. All right, here we go. Okay, wait. Let's see if there's a better... There must be better positioning. Oh, I know. Maybe here, behind this cover. Even better, you come around here, you can see your entire team. You can see their entire team. You have a ton of cover. They can't see you. You can see them. You can hit nasty nades. You can see all of your team. You can push the cart. You can see if somebody comes for a flank. You see how this would be infinitely better than this? What are you... You can't do anything from here. You can only heal bot. Here, you can do infinite things, basically. So, yeah. Move, man. Get better positioning. Alright, here we go. That's a good nade again. Notice how she's walking all the way back again. All right, now she's back, but like it's a good nade. Opportunity again. I didn't point it out, but like earlier it would have been a good opportunity. Now it's like obviously don't nano. You're down like 2. But again, if you nanoed her, actually I'm gonna take it back. I don't think you should nanoed her here, but still, yeah. All right, reset. Don't try to run, just reset. All right, they go Bastion, which is actually smart against their comp, I think. Let me see what they... This guy. These two are so fucking funny. I love them. All right. Against the comp, I think Bastion's pretty good because they got Risa. Nobody can really hard punish them except for Hanzo. Hanzo's pretty good against Bastion, but yeah. All right, your Bastion dies. He feeds, which is nothing you can do about, which is unlucky. But what are you gonna do? All right, so now you guys are back at step 1 with 30 seconds remaining. So that's not good, is it? So still haven't used Nano. When would be a good time to use Nano? I don't know. Maybe here. She goes and ults this guy. Bad ult. Solo ulted him. Didn't need to do that. He's already separated. But if you nanoed her right now, he kills them. He kills him. Probably ults them. Like, this could be a team wipe with 1 nano. Of course, that's like thinking like kind of fantasyly. Like, it's a little bit hard to believe, but I'm just saying like these things could happen. But you'll never know because you just never use it until the very, very, very end. All right. Everybody heal up. So this is fine. You guys are just poking. That's a fine nade. I like it. Sure. Stops him from getting healed. This is an okay ult from Zen. I think it does save your Reaper and your Orisa, but I don't know. It's fine. I wonder if... Alright, now we're in trouble. It's the last lap, or last little length. What could we do to maybe win, Pepper? I wonder if somebody has the most powerful ult in like the game currently that could help them win when their Orisa is half. By the way, I want to point something out. This Orisa, 1000%. This isn't even like fantasy land. You nano your Orisa here, or basically, and even Zenyatta here, this Orisa dies. Because watch this. Look how low she is and how close she is. And anti because of you, which is good anti, but like, look at this. You nano your Orisa, she's dead. She's dead. She's dead. She's like at 2 health. She's dead. But instead you don't. And now you guys lose because there's no there's no utility in this team right now because you're not providing the utility that they need. So yeah, everyone gets picked off. This is the end. It's over. It's Jover. It's sad. There we go. So yeah, not that great. So like overall, I would just have more faith in. I'm gonna talk to you directly. One sec. Whoa. Okay. All right, Pepper. Overall, you need to have way more faith in your other support. Like, you need to trust them to keep your tank alive a lot more because they will keep them alive, especially if there's pressure being provided through your DPS. Another thing is quit panicking. You're fine. You don't need to panic so much. As Mercy, also, please just like look around. There's literally no reason not to. No reason to be facing the person you're pocketing. They're not going to disappear if you look away. Just spin. Just spin around. Because, like, get intel, man. See who's coming. See if there's a flanker. You know, that's, like, super, super good. Don't watch people die. If someone's critical, please heal them. I feel like that should be pretty obvious. You know, never damage boost your tank unless it's, like, there's literally not a better option. Like, please damage boost your DPS. What else is there? Don't hold on to your nano, please. Don't do that. That's bad. Let me see. Don't use your abilities off cooldown. I'm just kind of looking down my notes. Don't use your abilities off cooldown. Like, Ana, you would just, like, throw things like the sleep dart and the nade just randomly sometimes for no reason because I feel like you just didn't know what else to do. Maybe just hold on to them. Like, you can just, like, sit still and chill for a little bit until you need it, you know? There's no problem with that. No problem. All right. I think that's the general gist of what's up. I hope this helped a little bit in you figuring out how you can be a better Ana and Mercy. Yeah. Stop recording. Bye-bye.